We already learned some nice things about functions, but they can do even more than what we learned this far. They can also return values. And what does this mean? Here's an example. We got our sum function here, and as you can see, this function takes 2 arguments. But any function, no matter if it takes any arguments or how many it takes, can also return a value with the return keyword. If you use that inside of a function, whatever comes after it is returned, which means that whoever called that function will get that return value as a result. In this case here, we call sum inside of the print function, which will output the value returned by sum. We could, of course, alternatively also simply store the result of sum in a variable by using the variable name and then an equal sign and then the sum function call. Now let's also apply this to our blockchain. Right now we got one function which does 2 things actually. It gives us the last value in our blockchain, and then it appends this value as well as our new transaction amount to the blockchain. Let's actually split it in 2 functions. So I'll define a new function with the def keyword, and I'll name it get last blockchain value. Now that's obviously a pretty long name. You can shorten it, but one idea behind Python really is that you write code that is readable. Readable code is really a core value of the Python community. So using function names like this is actually perfectly fine. This function will not take any arguments, still requires a colon, of course. And what we'll do in here is we'll return blockchain -1. So this will do the extraction for us. What this simply means is that in this function here, we can call get last blockchain value. Now, arguably, that got longer, but from a code reusability perspective here, we got cleaner because now each function has only one job: extract and append. Well, actually, this function still also prints it. But besides that, it only has this one job, and we can remove that print statement, of course, and simply print the blockchain at the end once we're done. So with this, we got 2 functions now, and now it's also a convention that we should have 2 empty lines between our function definitions. This is something from the official Python code style guide. I will tell you more about that guide at the end of this module. In Visual Studio Code, you also got a nice tool. If you go to Code, Preferences, Keyboard Shortcuts, and there you search for Format, you'll find that Format document shortcut. Bind it to anything you want. And with that shortcut, you can automatically format your code in a way that it follows the official style guide. So that's very convenient. So now we got 2 functions here. If I now clear the console and execute my script again, you see we get an error here. But the reason for this simply is that I accidentally deleted the opening square bracket. I need to keep this because that last value I'm extracting should still go into a new list. So if I save this and we now execute this again, now we only get one output because I only got one print statement now. But here you see it's still extracting the old list and inserting this here, and then also this one into here. So this is still working, but now split up over 2 functions with the help of the return keyword.